Bujamono tatu mwana uragira.
Ndu ya enereri ende nere kuruku Nicholas nero le mache ngumbu.
Mbamanyete
pia bantaba ya sana by the way.
Abana bali beruwa.
Bana beruwanereire. Abana babwata maskani.
Naende gakonyorire njira.
Tako kweta.
Tata bunari makambeke galime.
Nkendu. Ora ryo kobegeta no yo chochi gosino yini kala.
Bonsi mbanganjete. Ese bana ya kanyuma chema ya.
Bantaba ya sana.
Bana baragiro minto. Okay.
Okay, yuni gato bwatete gagwetera chisemechiga nechia TikTok yali. Asante sana. Igot gatorara nyoro gotero kuiga senchera yo boikeranu amatembo buno mo waziri akonya gukwanega nko babekera tore live. Twasabiro kwabera siri tukoria rero ntorigo chikoleta ngambo tigetora igwa ngubu na bana baito bakorete kuito kuya na bana bakoreta amatembo.
Aki abana na
obwali
naenda baibuli baito kaindiri gasugwanja no bumutaka
ayigwanira abana ba mwana agende skuru
orore ritukiri mumuna buwe ekomesa mpaka abantu bachake gukungera kubeka chimbacha.
Yes. Daniel, asante sana. Ntokoroche gabu, we salute you too. Young Rich, the boss. Sheli mambo, hi. Young Rich, na kibono. Masi, nakote banantoroche gari. Buyake ngema kabisa na era makokoti vene. Agote bankwane li tato mamu minto kuruku kerubo. Tato minto kuruku nyabuto. Asante sana. Kuruchi sema chirichia. Vonya meuru.
Wonya meiru bobe mbaria.
Agote bana igari chisema chinecha Lebanon. Asante sana mami. Tengo toranyoro gotero kuiga. Elinde tomaya kuira na gocha buno omo waziri agochaka koreta goseko bwatoka amachibu ya kirasi 12 na lia mangana ko babia kigima kabisa. Asante sana.
Representatives from security agencies and other ministries, representatives from religious education boards, staff of the Kenya National Examination Council, members of the press present, all invited guests. Good morning once again. It's my pleasure to welcome you all for this official release of the Kcse examination results. Cabinet Secretary, sir, allow me to start by introducing NEC members present here today. This is a very heavy council, and my first and most important member here is none other than my PS, Dr. Bello Kcse. Next member present is Director of KCD, Professor Charles Ongondo. Then I have Director of Quality Assurance and Standards from the Ministry, Madam Evelyn Owoko. I have representative from National Treasury who is not here now. Where is he? Mr. Peter Njoroge. We also have, in absentia, the Kcse CEO, Dr. Nancy Machar, represented here today, and we also appreciate the presence of Kcse Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kenya National Examination Council is mandated to conduct school and tertiary assessments and examinations and certify learners on their achievements. The Council is committed to upholding the credibility of national examinations. This is enshrined in our mission statement of quality education assessment and credible certification. I wish to thank the government of Kenya for providing NEC with the resources through the Ministry of Education that enable us to successfully administer national examinations. As a council, we have taken up the responsibility of ensuring that these resources are efficiently utilized to deliver credible national examinations. At this juncture, I would also like to express my gratitude to the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Migosi Ogamba, for the leadership he has provided to ensure that our team delivers on NEC mandate. Your continued support, sir, is beneficial to the candidates and the council. Ladies and gentlemen, as has been mentioned by the CEO of NEC, NEC carried out a pilot study of the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment in preparation for its rolling out this year. I take cognizance of the immense support accorded to us by various education agencies during this exercise. And this is important because we're going to do it for the first time. I urge all stakeholders to ensure that all processes related to the inaugural administration of these assessments are carried out smoothly. Ladies and gentlemen, today we present to you the results of the 2024 Kcse candidates. I take this opportunity to appreciate the candidates whose results we are releasing today. Similarly, I thank the center managers, supervisors, and all field officers for their diligent service and for embracing the innovations that were put in place this year and administering the 2024 Kcse examination successfully. I think I need to mention that one of the most significant innovations was that of having examination scripts without names, numbers, or schools. I believe it helped to enhance our integrity. The double pickup of examinations was important to us. We will continue to put in place steps that will further enhance integrity of the exams. And as we appreciate all the center directors, our center managers, we also wish to encourage them to be more diligent in ensuring that there is no interference with the exams in any manner that would affect integrity of examinations. So to that extent, I take the opportunity to thank you for presiding over this occasion, Cabinet Secretary. At this juncture, allow me to invite the CEO of Teacher Service Commission, who's already done his job. But then I want to now to invite the Principal Secretary, State Department of Basic Education, who will then invite all his colleagues at his pleasure. Thank you very much.
Asante sana, Chair. Our Cabinet Secretary, Migosi Ogamba, my colleague Kcse Patrice Nyangala, the Chair of our Council, the CEO, our representative for this CEO Teacher Service Commission, Antonina. Good morning. Before I make some remarks and invite the Cabinet Secretary, I would wish to invite my colleague, Dr. Patrice Nyangala, to make some remarks. Karibu, Patrice.
Our Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Julius Migosi Ogamba, my colleague PS, Dr. Belio Kipsang, the Chairperson of the Kenya National Examination Council, Professor Julius Nyabudi, the Chairperson of the Teacher Service Commission, Dr. Jamlek Muturi, the CEO of NEC, Dr. David Jangere, NEC Council members, senior officers from NEC, the Ministry, and the Teacher Service Commission, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my pleasure to reflect on the significance of this moment. And I invite all skills that collectively our lecturers, our teachers and mentors have helped to mold our students. The communication, the collaboration, critical thinking and creativity, because these are the skills that are going to define who they become in our responsibility, that which is not examined. How are we as students to mold their character? That said, I'm very excited to welcome the candidates who have managed to sit for this. I'm very excited to welcome the candidates who have managed to sit for these exams to the next level of education, whether they choose to go to the colleges, to the TVETs, or the universities. We are ready and prepared to help them realize their full potential so that they can make a great contribution in shaping our country. I thank you all.
Thank you very much. P.S. Once again, I would want to take this opportunity to thank all of us, thank God for the successful completion of last year's Kcse examinations administration cycle, as our cabinet secretary today releases these results this time in January 2025. I would want to also thank all of us and the patience that we have had in ensuring that our children receive that which they labored for the last 4 years. And again, the calendar of education that has just ended has been quite successful, as the ministry was able to go and deliver upon a number of targets that we set out for ourselves. Notwithstanding that, yes, there were some challenges that we also had to surmount. And some of the deliverables that we were able to deliver on in this particular year were among them the construction of the junior school classrooms. And at this juncture, I want to thank our heads of institution, our head teachers in our junior school for ensuring that the resources that we placed on them, they were able to optimize on it, and that we were able to therefore achieve our objective of ensuring that our children had classrooms. Again, we would want to also mention that we were able to distribute the necessary books, revamping our ICT infrastructure, engaging with our teachers' colleges to ensure that they also have the necessary facilities as they train our future teachers, among a few others. And with regard to the examination and assessment, I would want to mention, as we mentioned last year, that we were able to successfully phase out the KCPE that we did as the last one last year, as we embark ourselves in preparing for the next stage of assessment, which will be Kenya Junior School Assessment. I would also want to affirm that the State Department for Basic Education is committed to delivering in line with global and national goals that which we have been set out to do. To this end, I will affirm that we have developed the next into the future as we implement the competence-based education, looking forward to our first cohort joining senior school next year. And also to affirm that now 3 of the levels have attained the full cycles. The PP1, that is the ECD, have already achieved the full cycle in PP1 and PP2. Our primary schools have achieved the full cycle from grade 1 to grade 6. The junior school has now also achieved the full cycle of grade 7, 8, and 9. And therefore, we look forward to the critical step of going to the junior school, to the senior school next year. And with the guidance of the Cabinet Secretary, we shall be ensuring that we put in place all the necessary guidelines and anything that will be needed to ensure the success of moving forward to the next level. And with regard to the Kcse examination, as already mentioned by the CEO and the Chair, we thank all the stakeholders that were able to work with us in ensuring that the exam was successfully implemented. Finally, we would wish to implore on our teachers, our parents and guardians to continue being good role models of the future generation that they are entrusted to take care of. Because as it is said, children learn what they live, and also the children live what they learn. Please, as adults, as parents, as teachers, as leaders, let's ensure that we are better role models to our young ones as we go into the future. The youth are a reflection of the society that we live in. We must all therefore put concerted efforts in instilling good morals and discipline in our land. Ladies and gentlemen, without it is my humble duty to now invite the government results for the 2024 cohort of Kcse. Karibusa. Cohort of Kcse. Karibusa.
Thank you, PS. Please be seated. The Principal Secretary, State Department for Belio Kipsang. The Principal Secretary, Department of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Nyangala. The Chairperson, Kenya National Examination Council, Professor Julius Nyabundi. Chairperson, Teacher Service Commission, Mr. Jamlek Muturi. The CEO, Kenya National Examination Council, Dr. David Njengere. The NEC Council members present, the senior government officials from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Interior, and all other government ministries present, representatives of education-related unions and associations, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. For the first time in more than 30 years, I stand here today to speak about a secondary school subsector which henceforth faces a massive transformation arising from the first implementation of the competency-based education. I say this because the exit of the 2024 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education Examination candidates from our high schools and absence of Form 1 class in 2025 now means that we have a trimmer senior school section of classes ranging from Form 2 to Form 4. In sync with these changes, our first cohort of CBE learners who joined grade 9 this year will be transitioning to grade 10 in 2026, calling for an urgent and formidable measure to ensure our senior schools are ready for the CBC pioneers. With the release of the 2024 Kcse results today, we have started a gradual phase out of an examination that has been offered for 35 years, with the last one expected to be held in 2027. I therefore wish to immensely thank all our education sector stakeholders who have year after year put their best foot forward to ensure they adequately prepare our Kcse candidates to administer the annual examinations ever so successfully and smoothly. Today, we are releasing the 2024 Kcse examination results for the 962,512 candidates, all of whom we have cleared to join various higher learning institutions to pursue careers of their choice. For in our education system, we have created space for all our Kcse graduates, irrespective of their grades, in line with our government mantra of leaving no one behind. With immense gratitude, I register my appreciation to His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, for entrusting and fully supporting our team to implement critical reforms in the education sector. Given that the education sector impacts each household at an individual level, I have promised to meticulously lead the sector in the rollout of the reforms proposed under the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform with precision and success. I take this opportunity to thank all the sector players from the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, the Ministry of ICT, the Teacher Service Commission, and all other MDAs for their concerted efforts during the administration period of the 2024 Kcse examination. Further, I wish to thank all center managers, supervisors, and invigilators who participated in the conduct of the 2024 Kcse examination, and especially for upholding the integrity of our education system. Before I delve into the 2024 Kcse examination, pardon me to touch on a few other issues affecting the education sector. The start of the 2025 academic calendar year on Monday, January 6th, 2025, marked an incredible watershed in our sustained implementation of CBC. As a government, I am proud to announce that we surmounted the expected challenges in efforts to place all the 2024 grade 8 learners in classrooms at grade 9. Thank you. I think I should take that again. The start of the 2025 academic calendar year that we started on Monday, the 6th of 2025, marked an incredible watershed in our sustained implementation of the CBC. As a government, I'm proud to announce that we surmounted the expected challenges in efforts to place all the 2024 grade 8 learners in classrooms at grade 9, the highest level of junior school. As we speak now, we have constructed 14,500 classrooms for our grade 9 learners, and we are set to achieve the target of 16,000 by the end of this month. This has been made possible by the government's generous disbursement of Kenya shillings 11 billion to schools across the country for the construction of 11,000 grade 9 classrooms. A further 6.8 billion was allocated to the National Government Constituency Development Bank Fund being 3.4 billion from the Ministry of Education and 3.4 billion in matching funds from CDF for 6,800 classrooms. Further, the 18 constituencies in Nairobi have been allocated a total of 1 billion Kenya shillings for infrastructure development through the National Government Constituency Development Fund. I wish to most sincerely thank all our members of Parliament for their outstanding cooperation and efforts in the construction of the classrooms for junior school. Additionally, the ministry will construct a further 7,290 classrooms to address the increased enrollment to ensure smooth transition for the cohort. The ministry has also procured 9,926,618 textbooks for grade 9, which have been distributed to schools, with the exercise expected to be completed by the end of this month. I have directed the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development to work robustly and ensure that all required textbooks and other instruction materials are available for use by our learners. Having successfully transitioned to the highest level in junior school, our focus will now shift to starting off senior school in January 2026. Under the senior school, we are expected to mount 3 pathways for our learners. These are the STEM pathway, the social sciences pathway, and the arts and sports pathway. As part of our preparations, we have already worked on guidelines for the transition and placement of learners to grade 10. To ensure that all key players have taken part in the formulation of the guidelines, we will be subjecting the draft documents to a stakeholder validation exercise from February 2025. The Ministry of Education has noted with great concern a disturbing situation where some senior schools are returning to the banned practice of charging levies. I wish to put it on record that the government will not condone the practice and will take stern action against school administrators who are found to be levying extra charges on parents. I must emphasize that the fees charged in our secondary schools remain the same as was the case in 2024. As promised last week, the Ministry of Education is liaising with the National Treasury to ensure that 48 billion Kenya shillings capitation grants for our primary, junior and secondary schools levels for term 1, 2025 are disbursed using the data captured under our National Education Management Information System. I wish to state that the government has kept enhancing measures aimed at ensuring high levels of efficiency and effectiveness in the administration of national examinations. Starting this year and following extensive stakeholder consultations, I wish to announce that Kenya National Examination Council will introduce a mid-year series of the Kcse examination to be administered in July every year. The examination will target candidates wishing to repeat the Kcse examination and those who may have missed sitting in examinations due to sickness or other unexpected hardships. Adult candidates may also consider registering for the July series examination from this year. As part of aligning our examination process with best global assessment practices, the ministry is working on integrating the use of Orbit readers and phase out Braille machines in the administration of the Kcse examination to candidates with visual impairments. I now wish to provide an overview of the performance of the 2024 Kcse examination cohort. During the 2024 Kcse examination, a total of 962,512 candidates sat the examination, compared to 899,453 candidates in 2023. This represents an increase of 64,553 candidates, or 7.19%. Out of the candidates who sat for the 2024 Kcse examinations, 480,310 were male, while 482,202 were female, representing a 49.9% and 50.1% respectively. This is the first time since inception of Kcse examination that female candidates are more than the male candidates. During the year 2024, the Kcse examination, 14 counties had a significant entry of more male than female candidates. These counties include Garissa, which had 62.8% against 37.17%. Mandera, 63.83% against 36.17%. Wajir had 60.27% against 39.73%. Turkana had 59.64% against 40.36%. Samburu had 53.41% against 46.59%. Narok had 52.77% against 47.23%. Homa Bay had 52.81% against 47.19%. West Pokot had 53.52% against 46.48%. Mombasa had 51.31% against 48.83%. Migori had 51.02% against 48.98%. Embu had 51.09% against 48.91%. Kcse had 51.03% against 48.97%. Nyamira had 51.39% against 48.61%, and Baringo had 51.67% against 48.69%. On the other hand, 14 counties had significant entry more female than male candidates as follows. Vihiga had 55.15% against 44.85%. Elgeyo Marakwet had 53.76% against 46.24%. Kirinyaga had 51.46% against 48.54%. Meru had 51.69% against 48.31%. Kiambu had 52.78% against 47.22%. Nairobi had 52.41% against 47.59%. Kisumu had 52.39% against 47.61%. Kitui had 51.14% against 48.86%. Taita Taveta had 51.45% against 48.55%. Kwale had 53.31% against 46.69%. Isiolo had 52.11% against 47.89%. Tharaka Nithi had 52.06% against 47.94%. Kakamega had 51.80% against 48.20%, and Washingishu had 51.06% against 48.94%. The number of candidates aged between 16 and below increased from 16,040, which is 1.776% in 2023, to 20,546, which is 2.129% in 2024. The highest percentage of candidates registered for the 2024 Kcse examinations were within the appropriate age bracket of between 17 and 19 years, constituting 684,765, which is 70.95% of the total candidature. The percentage of candidates who are 20 years and above constituted 22.07%, or 259,861. Out of the 30 subjects offered in 2024 Kcse examination, 17 subjects recorded a significant improvement in performance. These subjects were mathematics alternative A and B, biology, physics, chemistry, general science, history and government, geography, IRE, agriculture, woodwork, metalwork, drawing and design, aviation technology, computer studies, Kenya Sign Language, and business studies. 10 subjects recorded a drop in performance, and these were English, Kiswahili, biology for the blind, theory, home science, building construction, electricity, French, Germany, and music. Female candidates recorded better mean score performance than male candidates in the following 7 subjects: English 101, Kiswahili 102, Kenya Sign Language 504, French 501, Home Science 441, CRE 313, and Art and Design 442. Male candidates, on the other hand, recorded a better mean score performance than female candidates in 23 subjects, and these are mathematics alternative A and B, biology and biology for the blind, physics, chemistry, general science, history and government, geography, IRE, woodwork, metalwork, building and construction, power mechanics, electricity, drawing and design, aviation technology, agriculture, computer studies, German, Arabic, music, and business studies. As it was in 2023 Kcse examination, the 2024 Kcse examination results have been graded using the reviewed grading system, in which the overall grade at Kcse examination has considered mathematics the best performed language among 3, that is English, Kiswahili, Kenyan Sign Language, and the best performed 5 subjects. There were 1,693, or 0.18% candidates who obtained an overall grade A in the year 2024 Kcse examination, compared to 1,216, or 0.14% candidates in 2023. The number of candidates with direct university entry qualifications of grade C+ and above was 246,391, translated to 25.53% in the year 2024, compared to 201,133, which is 22.27% in the year 2023. And this is attributed to the improved or new grading system. The number of candidates with grade C-, which is TVET diploma and above, was 476,889, translated to 49.41% in the year 2024 Kcse examination, compared to 401,216, which is translated to 44.42% in 2023. The number of candidates attaining a pass grade, which is grade D+ and above, was 605,774, which is 62.76% in the year 2024 Kcse examination, compared to 526,000 222, which is 58.27% in 2023. To enhance the credibility of the examination process, for the first time, candidates' examination question papers was personalized and anonymized. This helps to improve objectivity during marking and holding candidates personally responsible for any irregularities. There were 840 candidates who are involved in examination irregularities in 2024, and their examination results have been cancelled. The Council is empowered in law as provided in the Kenya National Examination Council Handling of Examination Irregularities Rules of 2015, Legal Notice number 132 of 2015, Rule number 8, to withhold the results of any candidate or examination center suspected of having been involved in an examination irregularity or malpractice pending completion of investigations. To this end, the results of 2,829 candidates suspected to have involved in the examination irregularities have been withheld pending completion of investigations that should be completed within a period of 30 days from the official release of examination results, which is today. It is unfortunate that a few contracted professionals and teachers are still insistent on ruining the future of our learners by subjecting them to examination malpractices. 91 contracted professionals were reported to have been involved in aiding examination malpractices. Firm disciplinary action will be taken against such teachers. Individual 2024 Kcse candidate examination results will be accessed online through a secure link on the NEC website or directly through the following website: https://results.nec.ac.ke. Candidates will be required to enter the candidate's index number and any one of the names as per the registration data for the 2024 examination results. The results will be available immediately after the end of this function. Any candidate with difficulties in accessing individual results is advised to call NEC toll-free number 080 0724 900 or 080 0721 It is now my humble duty and privilege to declare the 2024 Kcse examination results officially released. I wish all the candidates success in their future endeavors, and I wish all of you a happy new year 2025. Thank you and God bless you.
ambe ejinga kyeji nalyo aumeranete amona abasaye bande abazomi kurwa sense ya zaire abo babwate ekiombe gyokuwamereria oburayi bw'obuunereria bw'abasongo kurwa sense ya ubergeji ase ense yabo kadi abale aumeranete nabarabwo ngamona Patrick Lumumba na kumanyeti omugano Patrick Lumumba motegereri abuna ajete kobo muwaziri omonene omutangani bwenseria naza matukamake asengencho gutaigwana n'egisera jumura yolengo agaitwa agakenyanwa na kuyekwa ase ebiba yale gotogota ye chemical agasira pipa kawikalero igadotamorole Patrick Lumumba agasoa ase ekiama ya Patrick Lumumba Movement National Congolese magega yaye agachakaba omokonyoye abuko bari asensemeri ya Ubelgiji nonya nabo abantu ngona komonya barenge buna Mobutu nigarenge endoti y'abasongo na ase Igor Lumumba n'abamwabo abagakulerwa ngati bamwegena Mobutu Sese Seko akamenya nabarabo asoko ene kyabuna Zaire yanyoleire obusibule bwaye na ekero yakigoika kitarike 30 mutyenyi wa 5 alimo 1960 Congo Brazzaville kenyolera obusibule bwaye iyo agenda kujenjeria tamaega na konyeroka Zaire.
And our efforts on the path towards giving our young children their future. Ya Allah, we ask you especially to grant every family that had a candidate joy and celebration today, and grant them the wisdom to remember you as they thank you for the sacrifices that they have made. Ya Allah, we especially thank you, especially for our cabinet secretary, the permanent secretaries, our chairman and our CEO, and all the people who are involved in processing these examination results. It was a tedious affair, Ya Allah, and you know the sacrifices people made, and you have specifically said in the Quran, Inna ma'ala usri yusra, verily after every hardship there is ease. And therefore we know that today as we celebrate, it is a day for us to feel the ease. Ya Allah, bless the congregation that is here today, our fourth estate, members of the fourth estate who have endured the climate as it is. They are not under any shade. Ya Allah, give them the perseverance and let them allow them to give the objective reporting so that today every family will know what we have processed here today. والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين ثم آمين ثم آمين.
Amen. Thank you. Sir, we request that we proceed to the tree planting site through this exit. And thank you very much for gracing our occasion. Thank you, thank you.